Good morning, everybody. It is July 10th, Friday. I don't know what time it is. I think it's 10 or 11 in the morning here in New York. So I'm in my room because I haven't been able to go outdoors due to the fact that I've been lazy and it's also raining outside. So we're going to do another episode of Emeli Wisdom. And today I want to talk about phases, I want to say, and perception, because perception changes with time. And I started paying attention to this recently. I watched an old movie that I would love so much when I was 18, 19 years old. And then I saw, now that I'm 25, and I see, wait a minute, I love the movie still, but it changes. Your outlook on the movie, the way you perceive what you see changes over time. And I also think that has to do with experience and lessons that come and go, and also your maturity level. Because let me tell you something, when you're younger, 18, 19 years old, I'm still young, but at the same time, and I'm still learning, you tend to see things differently. Like, oh my God, this person means so much to me. I would die without them. When you're 18, maybe when you're a teenager, things are different. Things are the end of the world kind of thing. That's how I looked at it when I was younger. But now, after looking at things differently, you start to see that perception does transition. And what you used to like before doesn't necessarily mean you'll like now or in the future. Like I said, things change. That means you're changing as well. And like I always said before, is that things do change just as life does. And if you don't change with it, you're stagnant. And when I think about it, it's just looking at things differently. I tell you, it's like two sides of the story, but when you talk to different types of people and you talk and you get their impressions and you get their perceptions and perspectives on certain topics, you just take the information, but that doesn't mean you have to take it as truth. You just analyze it, right? And you can make up your own mind and you make your own decisions based on what you think is right. So I'm going on a tangent again. So what I was saying before is, like, when you watch something you've seen a million times, right? So I've seen The Wizard of Oz hundreds of times, and that's one of my favorite movies, first of all. And I look at it, because it's such a childhood movie, and I'm an adult now, sort of. When I watch it now, it's like it takes you back, and you look at things differently. You'll catch a new concept, a new idea that you'd never paid attention to before, and you're like, oh my God, that makes me love this movie again. Or for example, that's just one example. Or for example, I watch another movie, okay, and I'm watching this movie and I used to love it so much, and then I watch it again and I'm like, whoa, I don't necessarily agree with this anymore. I'm not connecting with it as much as I used to when I was younger, or when I thought I loved it so much. And this is an example of what I mean. Your perception changes, and like I said, it's just not always consistently the same. So for example, if I watch a soccer game that I thought was amazing and I saw it live and I said, oh my God, this is an amazing game. It's one of the greatest games I've ever seen. And then 5 years later, I watch it again, like a repeat. I see how great it was, but then, like, I lost the thrill of it, because I think in that moment when you're watching sports, when you're watching live games, you want to be in the moment. That's the magical essence of it, because you're in the moment, you're enjoying what's happening. And then when you watch it again, it's like, yeah, it's great to capture the highlights of it. But yeah, like I said, I feel like life changes in phases. Your perception changes. Even people in your life that you thought were important, they come and go, just like an elevator. You go up and down, and you you got to weed out what you like and what you don't like in your life. If you're attracting this kind of energy into your life where it's like, oh, I'm not really feeling this person. Oh my God, I've known them for 10, 20 years. They're my BFF, my best friend. They know my secrets and everything. But then you're starting to change yourself and you start doing inner work, and you start to see, like, all right, I kind of can't really relate to you anymore. Not anything personal. It's just that when you start changing and your perception starts changing, you don't necessarily connect with what you used to connect with. So what I'm saying is that things are always changing. When you do work on yourself, I always say this before, it kind of gets lonely because not everybody will understand. And when you do find a tribe that does understand in some sense, when they're going through the same thing that you're going through, that's when you feel so connected, because it's just like you're saying, oh, I'm not alone in this, you know, I'm on this journey and I'm not alone, because I got other people that are going through the same energy vibration or whatever journey they're going through in their life, because it's a very transitional time, I think, in the whole world right now. Not just the United States, I think the whole world, we're going through a shift, and it'll start to unravel with time. But I think during this time, it's just different. So it's good to find a tribe. If you can, reach out to your community, reach out anyway online, safely, of course, because there are some interesting people on the internet. So, I mean, I think we still have the second half of the year. But like I said, life comes in phases. And what you may like for the first 3 months of the year won't necessarily mean you'll like it at the end of the year. And yeah, I mean, I think the light of maturity, I think it also has to do with maturity, because you look at, I don't know, that's what I caught last night. I saw something and I was like, wow, the characters look different. You know, I look at them in a different light, and you just take it for what it is. Whatever information, whatever new knowledge, new lesson you may take from it, you know, take it. You know, it's as simple as 1, 2, 3, and you just learn with it. Because I think every day you should learn something. Every day is a blessing, because you start all new again. You start brand new, fresh, 24 hours a day, brand new. Brush your teeth, whatever, get dressed, and embrace what's coming. You know, whatever may happen to you that today, you know, let it happen and see how you react. Take a step back and see how you react to whatever happens to you. Okay, you get good news, you get bad news, something happens to you. How will you react to it today? So that's kind of my message, although I'm still kind of foggy, but your girl's working on some things this weekend, and I will give you an update relatively soon. And I just want to say happy Friday, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I love you. Thanks.